your style. You've been in the can for a while. That's what all the talk show hosts are wearing.
It's a new thing, right?
Yeah.
See, if somebody gonna do something about it, see, technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. Kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they call, they get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it.
Oh,
so
that's
don't happen. You're not
yeah.
supposed to.
Yeah.
Eazy-E thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I think somebody should write a song called F the Police. No, it's like when we wrote the song F the Police, it's the stuff that we've been through before and that everybody around us been through. People been going through for years, but we was, everybody else was scared to put it on record. So we put it on record, said it how we wanted to say it, and everybody didn't pay attention to it till Holiday caught this Rodney King beating on tape. Then everybody's going, oh, that's why they did this song, F the Police, because everybody's putting us down for doing the song. The FBI was sending us letters, and, police was harassing us. Oh, so you the ones that did the song, F the Police. I ought to beat you a little, stuff like that. Now, since all this happened, everybody really paying attention to it now,
Yeah, you did get a lot of hassles with the FBI and then this Federation of the Police where it's saying don't provide security at rap concerts, that sort of thing.
Right.
I mean, you feel vindicated now?
It's like banning us from all the venues. We couldn't even go out on the road, because for the song and other reason they think we was going to, cause a lot of trouble, but it's all bull,
And now, though, you think you've made the point?
I think we made the point a long time ago, but everybody just opened their eyes now.
Did you write that song and some of the others as a warning or just to share the experience?
You could say it was a warning, but just letting other people know what's going on and what could happen. But that's just stuff that we've been through, and that everybody else goes through. We just put it on record.
So were you surprised when the riots broke out?
Not at all. It's like 400 years plus, and they can't take no more, They make examples of everybody else, and everybody know that the 4 officers were guilty, and everybody's seen that for themselves, and it's like people is fed up.
Do you think you speak for a generation out there that the others have not spoken for?
Probably so.
Well, why is that? You think they're just not addressing the younger crowd?
Yeah, I think they're not at all. But I guess we're speaking for a lot of people out there that haven't spoke yet, or afraid to speak.
Yes, we're speaking for a lot of people out there that haven't spoke yet, or afraid to speak.
To put out hits, but jealous people, they just have fits. What you want me to scream? To put out hits. Now wanna turn up. Oh shit, man. Now wanna turn up. Oh shit.
73.
Shit.
We only got 2 tomorrow. That's all right.
You can't say shit, you little pale bastard. The fuck all y'all. Suck my dick.
Wait a minute. Who does it?
Easy does it.
But how does he do it?
Long, it gotta be long.
That was perfect right there. Yeah.
Seems like everybody want to be a gangster at 9 Trey.
And everything. We're talking about studio gangsters.
That's right.
That's what we're basically talking
Basic
about.
busters.
And he got the whole world fooled like he's some hardcore gangster from the streets and they ain't never stomped on no Compton concrete.
That's right.
Go pick the EP up and check the back of the EP out. Y'all check it out. See how my man was looking a few years ago. Check him out with the Wrecking Crew. Lipstick and Lace.
But anyway, that's basically what we're talking about. What happened with NWA? Basically the breakup, I think it was like egos. I don't know. I say out with the O, in with the new.
It's like that.
Yeah, we shooting a video to Real Compton City G's. Then we got 2 versions. We got a street version called Real Mother G's,
That's right.
Understand when you talk about friends. basically, gangster rap, I guess it's like telling the real and not holding back, giving up, the reality from the street point of view. And like by us being from the streets, we know how to report it. I tell, basically what's going on.
Eazy-E grew up on the mean streets of Compton, California. He's a gangster rap original with a long police rap sheet and a top 10 pop album.
They say rap promotes violence and gangster rap does this and everything else. And I don't think gangster rap promotes violence at all. I think it's the person, A rap song doesn't make a person go out and shoot people or go out and rape people and everything else. I think it's the person.
I have some lyrics here from some of the songs that you've done in your career, and to be very honest, much of this I can't even say on television, but I want to read some of this to you. So what about the bitch that got shot? F her. You think I care about a bitch? I ain't a sucker.
Right.
Songs
That's
titled...
not talking about women, though.
What is it talking about?
A lot of women, bitches. It's a difference. I figure a bitch is, someone that does like scandalous things to you.
You have another song called Real Niggas. Why do you guys call yourself this word that has been...
We didn't give ourselves this name now.
But right now in society, you guys are calling yourself niggers a lot more than...
We didn't give ourselves that name. People have been calling us niggas for years, and so we carry that word. Right now, the word is like saying homeboy.
Reverend Jesse Jackson thinks gangster rap is perpetuating the problem of black-on-black violence. He is talking boycott.
Record companies that make money off of pain and degradation must be challenged to stop doing it.
Challenged how? What do you...
In some instances, they must be boycotted. We must take the profit out of pain.
Do you think these rap artists have a responsibility to their community as role models to these kids?
Indeed, the rap artists have a responsibility. Those who pay them have a responsibility. But those who set the context have an even greater responsibility. If there were not such easy access to guns and drugs and so much unemployment and so much abandonment, the rapper would be abstract. The painful reality is that the rapping is real. And somehow I get the impression that basic white mass media was to focus on rap and not reality. And I say, if you're going to cover violence, cover reality, not just rap. Rap is an extension of the culture. Let's break up the violence in the culture. And I hope y'all put that on camera because that's real. I mean, don't just pick and choose stuff out of here to fit me on one side and the rappers on the other. These are our children in trouble. They are in pain.
Gangster, he was in there like 5 years.
You just got out of prison.
About 8 months.
What were you in for?
For an assault on another gang member. And I was inside like a halfway house of a youth home.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And now you're a rapper?
I'm a rapper, writer, arranger, everything.
So this music that is being so maligned is actually kind of giving you a purpose in life and something constructive to do?
It's giving me the only avenue I felt I had,
In a lot of songs and a lot of videos, they're featured young men with guns, that sort of thing. Any of you guys carry guns? Do you?
Incriminate ourselves on camera.
No, never.
No, we don't carry guns. We carry
He
switchblades.
says with a smile. Really? Seriously, do you?
You carry guns?
No? So you guys don't? You feel like you don't have to?
It's just the life that we live,
Mm-hmm.
It's just where we stay. I mean, you never know what can happen. There's people dying every day that you know.
And every day, rapper wannabes flock to record executives, hoping to rap their way to the big money.
You gonna continue making a lot of money off of this, do you think?
Basically, as long as you got people that want to learn about all this and they want to hear it, As long as it's violence, it's going to be rap music, gangster rap music, or whatever.
Now, as for those 3 rappers in trouble, Tupac Shakur today pled innocent to charges that he shot and wounded 2 off-duty police officers, and Snoop Doggy Dogg plans to plead not guilty to all the charges against him. Flavor Flav is currently in drug rehabilitation. He'll be indicted in 2 weeks.
Shot on your target, then you blow the shit out the motherfucker.
No joke. Used to make people buy records.
How'd you make it buy it?
With a gun.
Used to make people buy records. How'd you make it buy it? With a gun.
Were you ever in jail?
I don't know.
Witness or yes?
Come on, you know if you've been to jail.
You would know if you've been to jail.
It's not something you forget.
Well, you know, a lot of the rap stars haven't been to jail. In a way, it looks bad that they haven't.
You know, that was the plot of a movie, CB4.
Yes.
Guys decided, you know, we're not getting anywhere being straight up guys, so
Right.
let's pretend to be gangsters and say we got records.
Someone like Dre, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Dr.
Is he
Dre.
pretending to have a record?
Pretending to be a gangster. I mean, he was from a group called the World Class Wrecking Crew back in the days, and they used to wear lipstick, lace, eyeliner, biker shorts.
Oh, really?
Dresses.
Let me ask you something. Now, Dr. Dre is this guy who was in Niggas with Attitude. So, how did you meet Dr. Dre? How did you meet Niggas with Attitude? In the ghetto?
I formed Niggas with Attitude.
Could he get on the mic?
He is on the mic. That's the sick part of it.
Oh.
He's got a very soft
Can you
voice.
hear? Can you hear?
There he is. You know, a lot of these...
Dr. Dre, I took Dr. Dre from a group called the World Class Wrecking Crew, which he was a good producer at the time.
Right.
Which they used to do love songs, like ballads and techno music.
Did they have any hits?
They had a song called Fly, Cabbage Patch, He's Bionic, Surgery, and had one called Turn Out the Lights.
So, in other words, you picked him to be in Niggas with Attitude.
No, I picked him as a producer.
A producer? He wasn't even in Niggas with Attitude.
And then we put him in the group, you know. And he never was originally from the streets, so he never was into the gang thing or whatever.
Hey, he was no
pop locker and stuff like that.
He was no gangster.
Never.
All right. Were you a gangster?
I guess I was.
You were.
Yeah.
See, that's good.
Is that good?
That gives you credibility.
You ever kill anybody?
How many people you killed?
It's about 7.
7 people. Yeah, all right. See, that makes him
Why
good.
aren't you in jail?
He's on furlough.
We should
seriously.
arrest him right now.
You were in a gang, right?
Yeah.
All right. See, you got to be in a gang.
Well, wait a minute. Let me ask another question. Were they all... To get into the gang, did you have to do one of those things where you go knock off a old woman with a shopping bag or something?
Guys.
You used to knock out guys?
Yeah.
You never mess with the old ladies and their groceries?
I wonder if I could kick Eazy-E's ass.
Well,
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Maybe I could beat your ass.
I don't think you could beat mine.
Really?
Are you packing?
You know karate?
I know crazy.
Do you? Yeah, crazy. Crazy like a retard. You packing heat and stuff?
Of course.
Who you are? Let me see. No, you're not going to do that. Don't even mess with me. Don't mess with me.
I don't want to shoot you in the studio. Right?
Thank you, dude.
I catch you on the streets.
Yeah, get me on the street. So, all right. So in other words, you're a bad mother, right?
So all you killed was gang guys?
Right.
Huh?
You only killed gang people?
Yeah, the gangs would kill each other.
Is that what you're saying?
Gangs kill each other.
Gangs kill each other is acceptable.
You might kill somebody like carjacking or something like that.
Oh, you did all that too?
You did some carjackings?
That's before it got like real popular.
Right. Well, you had to support yourself.
Right.
So, in other
And not
words...
only that, you know, once it becomes commercial, it's beat, you know. You don't want to do it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be crazy. These other guys get in trouble after they get famous, because now you make decent money, right?
Yeah, they're trying to make a name for themselves.
Right. Okay, so in other words, you're a bad dude, but everyone else is pretending to be bad.
Fantasies, yeah.
Right. I don't know about you, Robin, but I'm shaking like a leaf in here.
I don't know what we're doing here. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
It's getting dangerous to even be an interviewer.
I know. You don't know who's got a bug up their ass. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, suppose he comes in here and he's in a bad mood.
Yeah. You're not in a bad mood, are you, my brother?
Nah, I'm not.
All right, okay, take it easy. Yeah, take it easy, man. And the name of the record... Now, how come it says Dr. Dre on this?
Oh, the name of the record is called Dr. Dre Killer.
Really? And the whole record is about your hatred for
Not
Dr. Dre?
the whole record. This is about 2 songs on there.
It's about how you don't like Dr. Dre.
That's how he's portrayed to be a gangster, and he never was from the streets of Compton, and he never was into nothing. All the stuff that he's saying is like a fantasy, you know?
Oh, I see.
I gotta tell
I'm
you
talking about studio gangsters.
So, in other words, if somebody wants to be accepted by a lot of the black kids, you got to say you're from Compton. And you're claiming this...
Tried to say they're from Compton.
Right, and you're saying, hey, this guy wasn't from Compton.
Basically.
I see.
He's a studio gangster.
I gotta tell you
In other
one
words,
funny story.
I am more... Excuse me for 1 second. I am more of a gangster than him because I grew up in Roosevelt.
Right.
Please.
I'm a gangster.
A gangster has to belong to a gang and
I was in a
illegal
gang.
things.
I had a gang.
Oh, please.
I was in the 5 percenters.
Now, how can I do an interview? What's up, man?
Nothing much.
Would you like to jump into the conversation and continue on any of those areas we hit?
What you guys at now?
Oh, gosh, we talked about everything.
Something about the chronic or something.
Well, we were talking about that, too, yeah. But what do you think about the resurgence of it?
I agree with my man here.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Can I ask you a question about you personally? Is there a misconception about Eazy-E that you would like to look into the camera and clear up? Because we hear so much, we see so much. What would you like to say about Eazy?
Let me see. First of all, I want to start off with those studio gangsters out there.
No, wait. What's a studio? I just want to define it for Middle America, a studio gangster.
There's somebody that's not real. They go in the studio and all of a sudden become hard when they used to do dance music. I'll tell you about it a little later.
Okay.
I don't believe nothing they say anyway. Talking about I ganked them for whatever and all that, so don't ever believe everything you hear.
Yeah, okay. Feet are funny, aren't they?
It's comfortable, man.
I really am flattered. Gosh, where do we go next? I had no idea that you make money off product from Dr. Dre and Snoop. Now, how did that work out?
Basically, I had Dre signed as exclusive producer and exclusive artist. So when Dre tried to make his deal over at Interscope, you know, I was included for the next 6 years. So you can say all you want to say. Basically, you can diss me all you want, but I'm going to get paid. That's why I say Dre Day is only Eazy's payday. And that's real.
Why don't y'all just make up?
He already made up. You ain't never seen him with the lipstick and lace.
No, I mean, get back together. When I first met y'all, you were a group and everything, and we need so much to try to get to unity among brothers, you know, because there's so much out there that's against us all, you know. Is there a chance that one of you could call each other and just squash all this?
Basically, if I got dissed by, over a couple of million people heard about me trying to be hardcore, I don't think I want to make up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but you understand.
Business is business, you know.
Yeah, I don't think I want to make up. Yeah. You know? Yeah, but you understand. Business is business, you know.
All right, as we just saw the sniper on top of the building.
Sniper? Right.
Now, as we were talking about that before we played it during commercial break, I sort of considered that it was a violent video. You said it, and your reactions were?
I don't think it's violent. I mean, you got all these other movies that they got out, the Rambos and all that, where they show all the killings and everything. That video, I didn't show no killings. It just showed somebody shooting the camera, you know.
Okay.
You know. And I don't think it's violent.
Okay.
And then again, I got one that got a disclaimer at the beginning that says, you know, this is just acting and everything else.
Okay. I can understand that. Do you think that our young youth are trying to live out the videos that Eazy-E and other producers portray and produce and sing?
I don't know right now, because they're trying to blame a lot of violence on rap, which violence would be here if rap wasn't here anyway, you know. It's an individual, I think it is, a person. They see all this stuff and they just want to go out and do it. I don't know. I don't think the rap make people go out and do things, you know.
So what are you portraying in this video here?
I'm just a neighborhood sniper.
And who are you?
Taking out the bad guys, that's all.
Oh, you're taking out the bad guys in the neighborhood?
Right.
Okay, so it's not...
Like the drug dealers and stuff like that. I'm just taking out the bad guys.
Okay, and what is the lyrics on this song about? A little bit. What is it?
Basically, it's talking about the neighborhood sniper.
And you need a good guy.
Yeah, I'm the good guy.
To take out the bad guys and crimp the neighborhood.
The violent hero.
The violent hero. Okay.
That's what you call it.
We're not trying to dump on you, because sometimes we get a lot of calls about the dance show, and they ask us different questions. Why do the dancers do this and that and the other?
They're trying to get movies.
And I kind of explain myself to them, sometimes it's a natural feeling what people portray from Africa, the way the beat and the dancing, so I'm not dumping on you, but just some questions we had to ask.
A lot of dancers that get up there and shake and do all this stuff got a lot of real jobs now. They got movies. Look at Rosie Perez. She got a lot of movies.
Nigga.
Rap musician Eric Wright, better known as Eazy-E, doesn't understand all the fuss about the 6-letter word.
It's a part of my everyday language, I formed the group NWA, Niggas with Attitudes.
And if there were ever any doubts about the word's rising popularity, they were answered last year. NWA's second album, entitled
Niggas for Life,
rose to the top of the Billboard's pop chart after only its second week out. One word dominated many of the album's songs. You guessed it.
I'm a nigga, he's a nigga, she's a nigga, we some niggas, wouldn't you like to be a nigga too?
Eazy-E doesn't believe his usage of the word is by any means distasteful or disrespectful. He says it's art and it's real. And after all, he adds, it all depends on how you say it.
Me going, what's up, nigga, is something totally different. When somebody looking at you and go, nigga, then you're gonna take it different.
Eazy-E's rationale may apply for those in the rap community and the people close to it, but those outside that world don't understand all the rules of usage.
Certainly a white person would not be able to distinguish those nuances.
It doesn't make any difference whether you say it lovingly, whether you say it with a tender note in your voice, whether you say it with antagonism, whether you say it any kind of way, it doesn't change the fact. It's still a derogatory term.
Nigga can mean anything, really. Say it is black is black and brown is brown.
I'm not sure that those who are using it really even know what it meant, what it means now. They just know it's going to get attention.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? Because police always want to harass me.
And as this music becomes even more popular, the popularity brings with it danger.
Now, if a white person walks up to Eazy-E and says, hey, nigger,
depends on how you say it. Like you say, what's up, nigga? Then that's cool. But if you just say, nigga, then I'm gonna take it different. I might be over there, you be pulling me off of it,
Send over a couple of niggers.
Movie ticket sales for this man, record sales for this man, remorse for this man, fear for this man. Use of this word may do a lot of different things for a lot of different people, but no matter how you look at it, write it, say it, or spray it, it really only means one thing.
It's a word that's stay around and everything else. I think I'm gonna be a nigga for life.
Yet in 1992, Eazy publicly aligned himself with Ted Brasinio, one of the cops charged with beating Rodney King.
To me, he seems like a nice guy, but to everybody else, they don't care. He's just one of the officers that was there helping beat Rodney King. So I guess he's a accessory, But when I viewed the tape, I seen he was the only one that I seen on the tape that was trying to stop.
Then I watched the trial, parts of it, and I thought, and when Officer Brasino wanted a defense, and I said, okay, maybe I'll get involved in the case now, because he criticized the other officers for excessive force, but I had to call another client. I was representing a guy named Eazy-E from NWA, who was the gangster rap godfather, and I called Eazy. I said, what do you think about me being your lawyer and also representing someone, the Rodney King? He said, everyone's entitled to a defense, so go ahead, no problem. He actually got to know my client, believed he was innocent, and helped support his family during the trial.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Eazy? So you actually call up and say, hello, Eazy?
Yeah, of course. And he actually attended the trial and also was very criticized in the African-American press at the time.
For supporting one of the officers.
Yeah.
That's really, gutsy.
I know. He is a very principled. He's dead now.
I know. But do you think that people that have had interaction with the criminal justice system tend to be more sympathetic to other people that find themselves in that position?
I think so, because you realize how
inaccurate, how fragile it is, how politically motivated it can be, how haphazard it can be. So someone like Eazy would understand that, but he was more interested in whether or not it was a racial beating or not, and whether what officer pursued.
Eazy-E had been admitted to Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles and diagnosed as suffering from full-blown AIDS.
Eazy was in the hospital roughly a month ago. He was released from the hospital, came home, but he didn't show signs of improvement, so we went back to a different hospital. This time they ran more extensive tests, and as a result, we found out that he has what he has.
Eazy-E, along with Dr. Dre, was a co-founder of the legendary rap crew NWA, who made West Coast rap popular with their often violent and sexually explicit lyrics. NWA split up in 1992. Eazy and Dre became sworn enemies, popping lawsuits and dissing each other on record. At the moment, 31-year-old Eazy is still in intensive care, and his friend and publicist Norman Winter is unsure whether he'll live or die.
Eazy is critical. He's in the intensive care unit, and he's trying to essentially fight pneumonia because his immune system is wasted. He has full-blown AIDS, and they're watching for him to rally.
Last week, Eazy married his longtime companion Tamika in hospital. Both her and their baby have been tested negative for HIV. Old grudges have been buried as fans and stars of the rap community have rallied behind Eazy.
It's amazing. We're getting about 2,500 calls a day. The hospital lines have been clogged up. Consequently, a lot of them are being directed here. They've come to the hospital. Even Hammer was there the other night. MC Ren, Yella, Above the Law, Cube and Dre both have been to the hospital.
And Snoop Doggy Dogg was moved to call the radio show that Eazy co-presented to express his sympathy.
They just be calling saying, I'm down with him for appointment. You know, he did, you know what I'm saying? That's all I just want to let you know. I'm supporting you too. I'm down with you. You know, I appreciate that. I'm praying for you, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to let everybody know. That's right. Much love, dog. Take care. I'm that. Thanks.
After years of feuding, the granddaddies of gangster rap have united over this tragedy.
When it comes to Eazy-E, it seems like everyone is in the same gang.
Oh, 490,000 units without even really no street promotion or really push just off of what we were doing. But what happened is maybe, I want to say a month before the project was going to wrap, the last 3 tracks on the album were going to be with me and E. Right. And he had called me and told me that he was in New York, and he had just got the deal with Relativity for us to come. So he had a check for me for a $500,000 ticket, $500,000. So he was like, I'll be back Friday after I come back. Well, he ended up coming back on Saturday because if you remember, one of the last videos he shot was one with the Wu-Tang Clan, and they come out of those MTVs with the Super Soakers and all that. So he's like, man, he's saying like, man, I'm not feeling that good. I got like a chest congestion, like a thing, and then it ended up going into that Sunday. So I went to his house in Calabasas that Sunday, and he handed me the check. He's all, man, don't go blow all this money in one spot. I'm like, I don't hear nothing. I'm like, 500. What cars am I gonna buy now? I had 7 cars already at that time. We were just flipping cars already with me and Chino and them. So that was like that Sunday, and then they told me, he's like, man, I got some congestion in my chest. It's turning into like bronchitis or something. Right? So that was the stint to the hospital. He never came. He came out. Well, I had a girlfriend at that time, and she told me, she said they were at Cedars-Sinai, and she called me on the phone. This was before anybody knew about Eazy contracting the AIDS virus or anything like that. She called me. She said, Eazy's on the AIDS floor right here at Cedars-Sinai. And I'm like, really? I said, yeah, he does a lot of charity things. He probably's up there visiting the patient, like, or seeing something. And she's just abruptly stopped me right there. And she said, Frost, Eazy's on the AIDS floor. They don't let people up here, period. It's not no celebrities. It's not none of that shit like that. So I called Tony. Tony G, this was our producer that did La Raza and all that. And I'm all, Tony, this girl told me this on the phone. He's all, this is 2 weeks before anybody even knew anything. And then all of a sudden, he's all, he's all, nah, you know, he's got bronchitis, but it's turning into like some stages of tuberculosis. They're trying to get it out of him now, but don't trip. We're going to be all good. They're still telling me during this week, but this girl had already told me that he was on the 8th floor. So 2 weeks after, the week before they even were going to announce it, Tony calls me on the phone, and he's all serious as hell with me. He's all Tootie. What? They call me Tootie, you know, the name that my family called me. So he's all Tootie. What happened with the, how did you find out about that for real? Because Eazy has AIDS like that. And I said, I told you, Tony. But I never really had told anybody, or really I knew none of that stuff. So during that time of Eazy even going from any kind of, like, anything of that, first of all, you gotta even think of that tragedy. No girl has ever came forward saying that they got the AIDS virus from Eazy or thing. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
No girl has ever came forward saying that they got the AIDS virus from Eazy or thing. I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Rap singer Eazy-E has lost his battle with AIDS just 10 days after revealing that he had the disease.
AIDS just 10 days after revealing that he had the disease. 10 days after revealing that he had the disease.
The 31-year-old rapper died last night in a Los Angeles hospital. He was hospitalized last month for what he thought was asthma and said that he did not know how he contracted AIDS. Eazy-E, whose real name was Eric Wright, was a founding member of the band NWA. The band practically originated the hardcore style of gangster rap and was a huge influence in the rap community.
Rapper Eazy-E has died in Los Angeles after a battle with AIDS. Eazy-E, whose real name was Eric Wright, was a member of the group NWA, which helped popularize harsh inner-city rap music. Wright only learned he had AIDS after being hospitalized last month because of some breathing problems. Wright was 31.
Eric Wright, also known as Eazy-E, pioneered gangster rap, a gritty street revolution in the music industry. But tonight, the 31-year-old rap artist is hospitalized in Los Angeles in critical condition. He was admitted 3 weeks ago complaining of breathing problems, apparently unaware he had been infected with the AIDS virus. Wright issued a statement through his attorney.
I would like to turn my own problem into something good that will reach out to all my homeboys.
Wright lived the hard life he promoted through his music. He's a self-admitted drug dealer with a criminal record. He's been in and out of jail more than 40 times. Wright is married with a young child, but admits to fathering 7 children by 6 other women. The star's publicist says all these women have tested HIV negative.
You're talking about things that are very, very dangerous to play around with, whether they're how you're living your life or just how you're presenting yourself to the public.
Male rap stars known for their promiscuous images in their music have historically promoted unsafe sex.
We hope that people won't just ask, how did he get it? And that they'll ask questions of themselves about what is it that I'm doing.
Are you going to change your behavior now because of this?
Definitely. Most definitely.
It'd be a big loss of rap for anyone to go out like this, despite anyone's thoughts. You know, it's a terrible thing, I think.
I never thought Eazy would have AIDS. Do you know he was HIV positive?
No, we never knew. He must, he kept his business to himself, I guess. We never knew he was HIV positive. Letting people know what's real that can happen to you. So, you know what I'm saying? I guess he's making it a negative thing, more positive than just what it could be. Just like Magic Johnson when he called it, you just gotta, like, figures that's out there, like people that's out there that a lot of people, like role models, I guess you can say, when stuff like this happen, they just need to come out and speak and let other people aware of it. So, you know what I'm saying, we can try to contain this stuff because it's getting bad. I just feel that I got thousands and thousands of young fans that have to learn about what's real when it comes to AIDS.
Came forward saying that they got the AIDS virus from Eazy or thing. I'm gonna tell you what happened with Eazy getting AIDS, and I believe this to this day. And I don't care if you guys got it on film. You could tell the world they gave him tainted needles with acupuncture needles that tainted him and gave it to him because he got hurt in Honda Valley on quad runners, and he was riding quads, and what happened was that someone, I won't say the name, but people know the name. I don't want to say that name because it's the devil's name. But, you know, another person in rap, if you know your history of rap, calls him a devil. So if you know your history in rap or West Coast rap, you'll know who I'm saying. But I was told even in the last conversation from Eazy not to even talk to that man. And not only that, but I think that they really had a stronghold of giving him tainted needles with the AIDS virus in them through acupuncture. Because how could somebody die that fast of AIDS? Have you even heard of somebody dying in 2 weeks of AIDS, bro? Come on, man. This is unheard of, bro. It was like, I'm in the hospital. I contracted the AIDS virus. 2 weeks later, March 26th or whatever, I fall out and I die. You know what I mean? It's the same conspiracy to me in my eyes of rap. You really want to know? Like Operation Stop Rap, or a dude that was just mimicking Fuck the Police. It seems like every person that's done a record about that or done that or raised up to the government is either been their demise. Tupac, another example.
This is Jerry Heller, and I'm here on First Fam Radio with my man Chill Gizzy. Go ahead.
A lot of artists today, you know, a lot of them have a lot of, you know, different points of views they like to speak a view on. What's circulating around the music industry is that Eazy was injected with a needle that had full-blown AIDS in this. And I'm not saying that, you know, you did it or anyone, no name or anything, but it's speculated that you had something to do with that you can't be involved in that.
Yeah, I would, to those people that say that, first of all, that's just ignorant, because the only person that didn't gain from his passing away was me. Everybody else that was around gained from it. So I would say follow the money, you know? I'm the only person that didn't gain from it.
I would say follow the money, you know? I'm the only person that didn't gain from it.
Because when he was sick in the hospital, that's when I left Ruthless, because I knew he wasn't coming out.
That's when I left Ruthless, because I knew he wasn't coming out.
Do I think that something fishy happened to Eazy? Absolutely. I don't believe for a second that someone that had as much money as we did and could afford, you know, whatever, like Magic Johnson could, and who doesn't even test positive anymore, you know, I don't believe that he could have possibly died that quickly from full-blown AIDS. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
I think that something went on there, and like I say, I have my own ideas about who was involved, but all I'm willing to say is this: I'm the only one that didn't profit from his passing away.
Let me ask you this. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I wanted to ask you this, because I think it was maybe a year or two, Suge Knight was on, I think, Jimmy Kimmel. And,
I saw that.
And he was joking around. He said, you know, they got this new thing, that Eazy thing. You know, he was talking about...
Well, what he said was, he was wearing Jimmy Kimmel was wearing a bulletproof vest, and Suge said, why are you wearing that vest? And he said, well, you're Suge Knight. And Suge Knight said, we don't do it that way anymore. We just inject you Eazy-E style.
Don't do it that way anymore. We just inject you Eazy-E style.
It's real simple. You know, man, I love your show. I like what you're doing. Thank you. Right? That's all. God. Fresh out of jail, I'll come check you out, right?
Right.
Why the bulletproof vest?
Oh, it's not. Oh, no. That's just... It's in style. You've been in the game for a while. That's what all the talk show hosts are wearing.
This is a new thing, right?
Yeah.
See, if somebody gonna do something about it, see, technology is so high, right?
Right.
So if you shoot somebody, you go to jail forever. Kids, you don't want to go to jail forever, right? So they got this new thing out there. People sell them all the time. They got this stuff they call they get blood from somebody with AIDS, and then they shoot you with it.
Oh, so that seems bad.
That's the flow there. Eazy-E there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the flow there. Eazy-E there, you know what I mean? Okay.
Well, Suge's terror alert level just went from elevated to high. Are you worried about the...
Yeah. And nobody, I mean, that was that. You can still see that on YouTube.
Yeah.
And nobody ever questioned that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the police just don't care because it was Eazy-E and he was on the skinheads 10 most wanted list, and
Yeah.
you know, I guess they just didn't care, just like they don't care about Tupac and they don't care about Biggie. Are you telling me that the FBI or the police, with all their
technology
things that they have at their disposal, they can't solve a murder? They can't solve one of 3 murders? Tupac or Biggie or Eazy-E, they can't solve that? Well, that's bullshit, man. I'm just not going for it.
Yeah. And I feel the same way you do about it.
If someone was to put the blood of
Like a month and a half before he got sick, and I'm kind of thinking New York is where he got sick because what happened, I was in the club. The club was called the Tunnel. That's near the river. Man, it was so cold. I've never been that cold in my life, and the cab wasn't stopping for no. So I stood outside for about 20 minutes, man, till my eyeballs was freezing. I went inside. He took off walking by himself, and I just know that's where he got sick.
I thought it was a serious problem then the first time when he went to the hospital, but then shortly thereafter when he wasn't getting better, maybe about a week later, we went back and they started running a lot of tests, and definitely when I got the call with the diagnosis, that's when I knew it was serious.
I went to the hospital and I went into Eric's room and Eric wanted to talk. He said, Mom, I have something to tell you. And I said, well, tell me then. He said, the doctor said I had something like Magic Johnson had, I'm sorry. And I said, you mean to tell me? And then he said, AIDS.
Well, I heard it as a rumor from my homeboy's mother who works up there. About a week later, people kept saying stuff, but it was still a rumor. Still felt like a rumor. His assistant called me, and I went to school with her, so we know each other. She just told me the real.
When the diagnosis was given and taken place with the doctor, there were conversations between myself and him and his family of how to approach it, and just the fact that he was in the limelight in terms of the public eye, other than just being Eric White home or, that's my buddy, there are young people, older people that look at him as fans, kind of like, what are you doing? What's going on? Good, bad, whatever. That something needed to release, something needed to be said.
Do you wear condoms when you have sex?
No, apparently not.
You don't have condoms? No. You never wear a condom? No.
You heard about AIDS?
I mean, basically, when Eazy-E died, man, we felt like it was a conspiracy because at the time he was firing Jerry Heller. You know what I mean? He was getting rid of him, cleaning his house. And then he was perfectly healthy looking, very, very strong. You know what I mean? Then December, he caught a common cold. You know what I'm saying? January, he was pneumonia. February, HIV. March, full-blown dead. Like, I ain't never heard of it happening like that. You know what I'm saying? So, from there on, you know, it felt like, you know, somebody stuck a needle in him. They took our mentor, you know.
I mean, basically, he left us too soon, and it's going to be a lot of stories and reasons and why we think, and you know what I mean?
Yo, this is Eazy-E, and you're watching The Box, music, television, you control, with the Ruthless Radio Show.
And what's the Ruthless World premiere tonight before I go?
There's a little Ruthless World premiere on something that's called What Would We Do? What will we do? Yeah.
Hey, who did this record with you, Eazy?
Dirty Red.
Dirty Red?
Dirty Red. Me and Dirty Red putting it down.